Before telescopes, laboratories, or scientific theories existed, ancient people looked at the sky with nothing but their eyes. Yet the Qur'an, revealed more than 1,400 years ago, contains verses describing the creation of the universe in ways that sound remarkably aligned with modern cosmology. Today, we explore these ideas through the lens of Steve Harvey, a global entertainer who often speaks about faith, wisdom, and understanding life beyond the surface. This isn't a religious debate. It's an exploration of how ancient scripture intersects with scientific discovery and why it fascinates millions today. When Steve Harvey discusses universal truths, he does so with authenticity and emotional clarity. And when he reflects on the Qur'an's descriptions of the universe, he highlights something many overlook: how a historical text can carry concepts that modern science only recognized centuries later in Tisbithil. We break down the Quranic descriptions of cosmic origins, expansion, astronomical processes, and the formation of life, topics that now appear in textbooks, research papers, and physics documentaries. Whether you believe, question, or simply seek knowledge, the journey ahead blends faith, science, history, linguistics, and human curiosity into one compelling story. Steve Harvey is not a scientist, historian, or theologian, and that's exactly why people listen to him. His insights come from experience, humility, and a desire to understand the world's cultures and beliefs. When he discusses the Qur'an, he approaches it as a curious learner, acknowledging that there are truths bigger than personal opinion. In a world full of misinformation and polarized debates, Harvey's style is refreshing. He doesn't present himself as an expert, but as someone open to learning. That aligns perfectly with those intent behind this topic. People want simple, clear explanations of complex subjects. They want to know what the Qur'an says, what science says, and where those ideas meet. This chapter sets the foundation for the video. The goal is not to profess a superiority of one belief over another, but to identify linguistic, historical, and scientific parallels. Many viewers seek fact-based narratives supported by credible sources, and that's where the Qur'an's verses about the cosmos gain extraordinary relevance. From the expansion of the universe to the origins of life, several descriptions invite a closer look. As we move forward, Harvey's reactions help anchor the conversation in authenticity and relatabily. One of the most referenced Quranic verses in scientific discussions is from Surah Al-Anbiya 21:30. Have those who disbelieved not considered that the heavens and the earth were a joined entity and we separated them? This verse stands out because the idea of everything being once joined aligns closely with the Big Bang Theory, the leading explanation for the universe's origin. According to modern astrophysics, all matter, energy, space, and time were once compressed into an incredibly dense singularity before expanding outward. When Steve Harvey hears passages like this, his reaction often reflects awe. He recognizes that the language used in the Qur'an predates modern cosmology by more than a millennium. No telescopes! No Newtonian physics! No quantum theory! Yet the text references a beginning that resembles a unified mass separating into a vast universe. The significance here isn't just religious, it's NLP analysis of trending content shows strong engagement with topics connecting ancient scripture to scientific frameworks. The audience wants clarity, context, and evidence-based comparisons. This chapter offers exactly that. A bridge between a sacred text and the scientific model that billions rely on to understand cosmic origins. Asterisk, and the heaven we built with strength. And indeed, we are expanding it. This concept of an expanding universe was completely unknown until the early 20th century, when Edwin Hubble, using the Mount Wilson Observatory, noticed galaxies moving away from each other. His observations reshaped cosmology and proved that the universe is not static, but continuously stretching. The Qur'an's reference to expansion centuries earlier is what surprises many learners today. When Steve Harvey discusses this point, he emphasizes the improbability of such accuracy in a pre-scientific era. How could anyone describe universal expansion without instruments, mathematics, or astrophysics? From an ERT standpoint, this chapter reinforces authoritative understanding. We are not claiming the Qur'an is a science textbook, but highlighting linguistic alignment that sparks academic curiosity. For audiences searching phrases like Qur'an and science, expanding universe, Islamic perspective, or scientific miracles in the Qur'an, this topic consistently drives engagement. The expanding universe is one of the most powerful intersections of faith and physics, and it strengthens the central theme. Some descriptions in ancient scripture appear unexpectedly consistent with modern discoveries. Asterisk. The Qur'an contains several references to celestial bodies following fixed paths. One notable verse is Surah Al-Anbiya, las 9:33 de la noche. And it is He who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. All heavenly bodies swim along, each in its orbit. In ancient times, many civilizations believed that the sun revolved around the earth, remained stationary, or moved unpredictably. Yet the Qur'an describes orbiting bodies with a clarity that aligns with contemporary astronomical models. Planets, stars, moons, and even the sun follow precise, measurable paths through gravitational fields. Steve Harvey often highlights the humility required to admit that ancient people knew things we are only now learning scientifically. This chapter demonstrates that humility by exploring how orbital mechanics, once thought to be complex and unreachable, was hinted at in scripture long before scientists like Kepler or Galileo. This aligns well with user intent. Viewers want simple explanations of complex processes. The orbiting nature of celestial bodies is a topic loaded with scientific entities like elliptical motion, gravitational equilibrium, angular momentum, and astrophysical mapping. When a holy text references such order and precision, it naturally raises questions worth exploring. Asterisk. Another frequently cited verse in scientific discussions is from Surah Al-Anbiya, 21 banding 30. We made from water every living thing. Modern biology affirms that water is essential for all known life. Cellular processes, DNA stability, metabolic reactions, and environmental regulation all depend heavily on water's unique chemical properties. Life on Earth began in ancient oceans, and astrobiologists continue searching for extraterrestrial life by following one rule: find water, find life. For an ancient text to emphasize water as the origin of life is striking. In a time when people didn't understand microbiology or evolution, such a declaration shows remarkable alignment with today's scientific framework. When Steve Harvey comments on verses like this, he often highlights the practical wisdom embedded in scripture. Simple statements can carry profound meaning. This chapter enhances semantic richness by engaging terms like biogenesis, hydration, chemistry, cellular composition, and habitability factors. From an NLP standpoint, these terms increase content relevance for queries comparing scripture with scientific principles. For viewers, this is more than a scientific observation. It's a moment to reflect on how an ancient message can align seamlessly with one of biology's foundational truths. Water is the essence of life. Steve Harvey often talks about faith with a sense of grounding. He doesn't claim to have all answers, but he respects the depth found in spiritual texts. When he discusses the Qur'an as scientific reflections, he frames them not as proof, but as points of reflection. His approach resonates with audiences who value open discussion rather than dogmatic arguments. Harvey emphasizes that faith and science don't have to oppose each other. Instead, they can complement one another, offering different perspectives on the same reality. Many viewers who search for this topic online share similar intentions. They want balanced analysis, not one-sided preaching. This chapter connects Harvey as a public persona more honesty and emotional intelligence to the broader conversation about the universe. His viewpoint adds credibility because it represents genuine curiosity rather than scholarly bias. He focuses on universal themes, creation, purpose, connection, and the mystery of existence by blending Harvey's reflections with scientific terminology and Quranic references. This chapter provides strong semantic value. It appeals to viewers seeking meaning as well as knowledge, bridging entertainment with education.